Ever heard that saying, "Don't judge a book by its cover"? Well, today I've got a story for you about a woman who taught some of the toughest soldiers on the planet that very lesson. This is the story of Lieutenant Susan Still, a woman who walked into a world dominated by men and left them speechless. The setting is the U.S. Navy's Elite SEAL Training Program. It's a place where physical and mental toughness are pushed to the absolute limit. Into this intense environment steps Susan Still, a newly minted officer assigned to a SEAL team. At first, the guys were skeptical, to say the least. She was an outsider, someone who hadn't gone through the grueling BUD/S training with them. They saw her as a staff officer, someone who belonged behind a desk, not in the field. The whispers were constant. Could she keep up? Did she have what it takes? The team's Master Chief even pulled her aside one day, bluntly telling her that he and his men didn't think she belonged there. Susan didn't argue. She didn't complain. She just listened, nodded, and got to work. She knew that words wouldn't convince them. Only action would. For weeks, she did everything the team did. She ran with them, lifted with them, and studied with them, never asking for special treatment and never falling behind. She was putting in the work, but the wall of doubt from the team remained. They respected her effort, sure, but they still didn't see her as one of them. They just couldn't imagine her holding her own when things got real. Then came the day everything changed. The team was scheduled for a live fire training exercise, one of the most dangerous and realistic drills they conduct. It's called a stress shoot. Imagine this, you're moving through a complex environment. Targets are popping up. You're exhausted. Your heart is pounding, and you have to make split-second decisions to engage targets accurately and safely. It's designed to simulate the chaos of actual combat. This particular drill was especially tough. The course was long, physically demanding, and designed to test every operator's skill under extreme pressure. One by one, the SEALs went through the course. These guys are the best of the best, but even they were feeling the strain. They were hitting targets, but the exhaustion was visible. Scores were good, but not perfect. Finally, it was Susan's turn. The entire team stopped what they were doing to watch. This was it, the moment of truth. A silence fell over the range as she stepped up to the starting line, rifle at the ready. The timer started, and she exploded into action. She moved with a speed and fluidity that stunned everyone. She wasn't just running. She was flowing through the course, her movements economical and precise. As targets appeared, her rifle would snap up, and a quick, controlled burst of fire would drop the target before she was already moving to the next position. It was like watching a master at work. There was no hesitation, no wasted motion. Bang, down, move, bang, down, move. She was clearing rooms, transitioning between her rifle and pistol, and hitting every single target with terrifying accuracy. The other operators, men who had spent years honing these skills, just watched in awe. When the dust settled and the last shot was fired, she crossed the finish line. The range safety officer checked her time and her targets. The result? Susan hadn't just completed the course. She had crushed it. She had the fastest time of the day and a perfect score. Every single shot had found its mark. The entire platoon was dead silent. They just stared, first at the targets, then at her, their minds struggling to process what they had just witnessed. The Master Chief, the same one who told her she didn't belong, walked over to her. He looked at her, then at the scoreboard, and then back at her. He didn't say much. He just looked her in the eye and gave a slow, deliberate nod. It was a nod of pure, unadulterated respect. In that one moment, everything changed. The whispers stopped. The doubts vanished. From that day forward, Susan Still was no longer the outsider. She was part of the team. They had seen what she was capable of under pressure, and it was more than enough. She had earned her place, not with words, but with undeniable skill and quiet professionalism. Her performance on that firing range became a legendary story within the unit. A powerful reminder that true strength and capability aren't defined by your gender or your background, but by your actions when it counts. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. See you next time.